Hi, I'm Adam from Safe Central. In this video, I'll be explaining the Italian-made Tecno Sicurezza Pulse 2 user safe lock. We refer to them here as Tecnos, and they're a highly durable commercial and domestic safe lock. The physical features of the lock include a heavy-duty steel cast housing, a durable rubber keypad membrane for long-lasting use, and an externally located battery compartment, which allows you to easily maintain change batteries when required. The lock body, which is housed inside the safe, is available in square bolt or rotor bolt configuration as standard, and there's several other lock options available if required. We also have mounted into the top of the ridge on the keypad a clear lens with 3 LED lights indicated in there. 2 of them will illuminate to allow you to see the keypad in low light, and 1 of them will just indicate when a button has been successfully pressed. And now the functional features of the lock. As the name suggests, the Tecno Pulse 2 user safe lock is able to accommodate 2 different user codes. One code is the manager and one code is the user. And again, as the name suggests, the manager is able to manage the functions of the user code. Also, a standard in the Pulse 2 user lock is a time delay function in which you can program the amount of time it takes in order for the safe to open. This is a good feature and highly sought after in commercial and cash management applications. One of the other simple and really cool functional features of the Pulse 2 user lock is a keypad membrane health test. So much like the rubber buttons on a TV remote control, over time they can wear and cause the remote not to work properly. The rubber buttons on the Pulse 2 user lock can simply be tested to make sure that they're all performing properly. And if they're not, it's just the rubber buttons that you need to replace instead of the whole keypad. So this saves a lot of money in the long term on maintenance. Now the operation of the lock. The keypad on the Pulse lock has 10 number buttons as well as an arrow and an OK button. The OK button will simply illuminate the buttons on the keypad in low light, and it's only the numbers that are needed in order to open the lock. A successful code is indicated by a single beep and then a soft sound when it's unlocking. An unsuccessful code is identified by an additional double beep, and obviously the lock isn't unlocking. The codes will always be 6 digits in length, and that ensures that there's a million different code combinations in use. As always, the lock is expecting 6 digits in order to open. You don't need to press the arrow or OK key, you simply press the code, and at the end of the 6th number, it'll give you a single beep, and you'll have 3 seconds to turn the handle before it locks again automatically. When closing the safe, you simply close the door, turn the handle, and just make sure that it did lock behind you at the end of it. If you happen to enter an incorrect digit while you're entering your number, you can simply wait 5 seconds and it will let you have another turn at the code. If you enter 4 incorrect codes consecutively, the lock will go into a 4-minute lockout timer and it'll prevent you having access to the safe for that period. If you press any buttons during that 4 minutes, it will extend the timer and make sure that you have to wait 4 more minutes before you can open it again. Programming the Pulse 2 user safe lock is very simple. We'll start with programming the manager code. If you only want to use a single code in your safe, this is the only function you'll need to perform. In order to make any code changes, we always suggest that you open the safe and lock the bolts in the open position. And this ensures that you can never get locked out of your safe in the event of an incorrect code entry. You press and hold the 0 key in order to engage the code change function. Enter the current 6-digit code 1 time. Enter the new desired 6-digit code and repeat the new code again. At the end of the process, the beeps will stop and the light goes out. We can now test that our new code is successfully entered, and we'll only be able to close and lock the door if it's working properly. Now to activate the user code. As always, it's the best practice to unlock the safe, open the door, and then lock the bolts in the open position so we can't get locked out of it. We press and hold number 1 to engage the user code entry. We put the current manager code in 1 time. And now we put in the desired user code and repeat this new user code again. Beeps indicated it was done correctly. Now we can just test the code. And if successful, it'll allow us to turn the handle and we'll be able to close our safe again with 2 functioning codes programmed into the lock. Now to delete the user code, this is able to be performed by the manager. Again, we make sure that we open the door and lock the handle with the door open to prevent us getting locked out. We press and hold the number 3 button. The light will come on, the manager code needs to be entered, And at the end of that, the light will go off and the beeps will stop. That indicates the code has been deleted. It's always good just to double check that the code is no longer working. We can now lock the safe again by entering the manager code, turning the handle and testing it's locked. Now the Pulse lock is also equipped with time delay functions. This is used usually in cash management or commercial situations as an anti-hold-up function. We're going to go through how to program that, but just to explain, time delay is a period of time in which the user must wait before they're able to unlock the safe. The time delay period is settable from 1 minute to 99 minutes. And then there's a second section called the time opening window, which is settable from 1 minute to 19 minutes. So for example, if we set the time delay for 20 minutes and the opening window for 5 minutes, the user would enter their code to engage the time delay period. 20 minutes later, they'll have a window of 5 minutes to re-enter their code in order to gain access to the safe. To program the time delay, again, we always suggest that you unlock the safe and lock the handle with the door in the open position. We press and hold the number 9 key, and then we enter the current manager code. We enter the desired amount of minutes as a double-digit number that we want the delay period to be. So for example, we'll use 1 minute, and we'll do the same again for the opening window. We'll set that as 2 minutes. Repeat those 2 entries again, and if successful, the light will go out and the lock will beep. So to open the safe when it's programmed with time delay, we enter the current code, and we'll get the double beep, and we should get a red light flashing every 2 seconds to indicate that the time delay function is activated. Once the time delay timer has finished, we'll get a series of beeps every couple of seconds to indicate that we have to enter the code a second time. We simply enter the same code again, and it will successfully allow us to open the safe. If you want to remove the time delay function, you will have to do it during the opening window. You simply press and hold the number 9 key, enter the values that you want it to be, with 0 as the number of minutes for the time delay and 1 as the number of minutes for the opening window. Now there are 2 main elements in regards to maintenance of your safe lock. The first of which is the battery. It's very common that people think there's something going wrong with their lock when really it's just that the battery's starting to get low. In order to change the battery on the Pulse 2-user lock, there's a plastic cover at the bottom that gets removed, and this allows the 9-volt battery to drop out of the housing. We disconnect the plastic connector, grab the new battery, ensuring that it's an in-date 9-volt alkaline battery of a good brand. We always use Duracell ProCell. Reconnect the new battery into the plastic connector, slide it back into the keypad housing, and put the plastic cover plate back over it. We can now test that our code is still working, and we're free to use our safe again. The other maintenance function that you can perform is just to check the membrane is in healthy condition. We press and hold the number 5. We'll get a double beep and the light will come on. It wants us to press each numeric button once, and we're listening for a double beep for every healthy button, and we'll get a long beep if there's a button that is damaged. If that's successful, the light will go off. If it's not, we'll need to replace the membrane immediately to make sure we have no future problems. So there you have everything you need to know about the Techno Securezza Pulse 2-user safe lock. For more information on this brand and other safe related content, like, subscribe and follow our YouTube channel.